My name is Fritz Wagner, and I have been studying the cello for about 3 years now, but there is a backstory there because when I was a child, I studied the cello from about age 11 to about age 14, and then I got interested in other things, and now 60-some years later, I'm back at it again. And I have educated myself to a certain extent by watching YouTube videos. I've watched Hans Zentgraf's videos a couple of times, and David Finkel's, and Joseph Mendo's, and I've learned a great deal from all of them, but they are directed towards the cellist who hopes for a career. And I don't hope for a career because my career days are past me. And so I thought I would make a video which might be useful to people like me who are retired, who played the cello as a child, and are interested in taking it up again, but don't find a lot of use in suggestions on how to project to an audience of 2,500 people, or to play with great rapidity, because at least at my age, great rapidity is not a part of my inventory. So the question is, where do you start when you are taking up the cello again? And since I've made a lot of mistakes taking up the instrument again, I do have a few suggestions. My first suggestion would be you have to learn the fingerboard. Not just how to play that you probably do already. But I mean, you must learn the fingerboard by heart. And I hate to say that, but you must be able to play a B or on the D string or an F sharp on the A string without thinking about it. And this is still a work in progress for me. I have been seriously trying to do this now for about 6 months, 5 months. I made a little help aid that you might want to consider making for yourself. It's basically a cello fingerboard, like so. You can see this. And I set it up on my music stand, and I kind of look at it while I'm playing with my fingers, and occasionally check to see if my fingers are where they should be, and get my mind and all of the active parts of my mind working on this this problem of locating the fingers on the board. It is, to me, it is the hardest thing. It must come first. It is more important than, it's actually more important that at this stage than nice bowing technique. You simply got to get the fingers in the right place. And I have worked out 2 techniques or methods which I think are extremely helpful. The first is to learn to play very, very well a 3-octave scale in 1 key. And the key I have chosen and like very much is the key of D major. It has two sharps, C sharp and F sharp. So you have to think in terms of sharps. And after you've played this for quite a while, using different bowings, different speeds, you become much more comfortable on the fingerboard. Did I call it a keyboard? Fingerboard. All right. I start the D major scale. And I play starting down on D on the C string. I go to an intermediate position on the G and on the D, and I work my way up the D string to the octave D, then 2 notes beyond it, switch over to the G on the A string with my thumb, and run all the way up to the D string. I use what is instruction taught by Hans Zencroft, the Galamian scale. It gives you a figure at the bottom of 4 notes and at the top, which is very useful to allow you to do slurs of 2 notes or 4 notes without crossing in the middle, crossing strings in the middle of the passage. Make sure I'm really on the D string, I'll just take an extra finger and flip the D. I'm really on D on the C string. I will see a little sharp. By the way, I'm using gut strings and they go out of tune frequently, but that's another question and something to discuss about that. See, I'm going up. Notes past the octave, then on to G. See, there's the figure at the top, and then I slide down again. Okay, that's on the taché. Now, if I do slurs, I won't have string crossing problems if I do 4 at a time. So we will stop here for now and come back and try some other things on another occasion if it works out. Thank you.